Welcome to the part 2 of comparison between the Honor V10, the OnePlus 5T and the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. In the previous video, we talked about the design, the performance and the display of these three phones. But now we're going to take a look at the software, the camera performance and the final verdict of this comparison. You're watching India Today Tech, and if it's your first time here, please subscribe to our channel to get latest tech videos delivered directly to your inbox. Let's get started. The Galaxy A8 Plus still runs Android 7.1.1 Nougat out of the box, but the new Experience UI has a very refined working. It is essentially the same software as the Note 8 or the Galaxy S8, apart from a few things like the home button doesn't support 3D touch, the resolution of display cannot be changed manually, and there is no Bixby voice. The Honor V10 in comparison is also filled with lots of features, so it's still a cluttered software, more cluttered than the Experience UI on the Galaxy A8 Plus. There are too many third-party apps preloaded onto the device, including many from Honor itself, which we really find no use of. But as we saw in the previous video, this doesn't slow the phone down. Thanks to machine learning and artificial intelligence based additions, the EMUI 8.0 built on the Android Oreo is fast, fluid and snappy. In some cases, we found it to be slightly faster than the OnePlus 5T, like in the reopening of apps or multitasking. Honor V10 is fast way beyond our expectation, and we said this in our review as well. On the contrary, the OnePlus 5T has a much cleaner interface of the three. It is almost the same as a stock Android interface, which I really like. There are no third-party apps, but just the basic pack of apps, and there are very subtle customizations, which makes the phone very quick to use. As we said in the part 1 of this video, the OnePlus 5T hits the Samsung phone straight out of the ballpark in terms of all-round performance, and that is its biggest advantage. Apart from its design and reliability, Samsung is also known for its cameras, and on the A8 Plus it has put 16 megapixel sensors both in the front and the back. In fact, at front it has a dual camera setup, but we have already said this in our full review of the phone that the secondary sensor on the front is of no use. The dual camera setup cannot be considered a very good proposition, and only the single main camera sensor works fine. Anyways, the secondary sensor on the OnePlus 5T's dual rear camera setup is also of no good use. It is a 16 plus 20 megapixel dual camera setup that OnePlus says helps in low light photography. This leaves us with the Honor V10 that also has a 16 plus 20 megapixel dual camera setup at the back, but it's a monochrome plus RGB sensor combination, which also helps in low light photography. Well, we'll take a look at the low light photos, but first let us take a look at how these three phones compare in good light. In this photo, you will see all three cameras are able to capture sharp images. They have a fast shutter and the autofocus also works pretty nicely. But if we talk about the details and color accuracy, it is the best on Honor V10. The colors captured by the OnePlus 5T are also close, but its overall image is a bit brighter. Though in scenes of this kind, it may prove beneficial, but we will see in a bit what happens when you click portraits with it. The Galaxy A8 Plus images also look vivid, and no doubt there is a certain kind of appeal to them, but they are over sharpened to make the scene look vibrant. This is a good thing, right? It is when you click portrait shots is where the things get down to business. The image taken by the A8 Plus is nice, but the face is not that bright. It is not that the phone didn't try to brighten the frame, because the details in the background are blown out due to overexposure and the outline of the building is not visible, but it could only mean that the phone didn't try to detect the face and separate the scene from one taken before. OnePlus 5T on the other hand does brighten the face, as it brightens up the whole photo to make it look more vibrant. But as a result, the face is also overly exposed, as if So beauty mode has been used while shooting, which of course wasn't. The Honor V10 captures a balanced photo. It is neither overprocessed nor overexposed, and that you can see from the face and the hair that are looking more natural. Also, the details in the background are much more visible. It is probably the artificial intelligence working in the background that differentiates this scene from the previous one and tailors camera's response. Moving on to the next photo, we tried to take some portrait shots with the 5T and the V10. The Galaxy A8 Plus doesn't have any particular mode to click photos with blurred background, so we don't have a photo of it here. As for the V10 and the 5T, the V10 achieves more uniform blurring around the edges, has a nice bokeh with rounded balls of light all around the background and a sharp focus on the person. OnePlus 5T again has an overly bright photo and the blur looks artificial. It's not uniform like the V10, as you would see the car and the person in the background are clearly visible, and as a result the depth of field is, well, not that deep. Talking about macro shots, all three phones achieve a certain kind of blur with the help of lenses, and this is visible in the next set of photos. This is where the Galaxy A8 Plus wins. The phone captures very sharp macro shots with crisp and accurate focus and very natural background blur. This is visible from the eyes of the toy bird that is slightly out of focus on the OnePlus 5T's photo and not very sharp on the V10. But of course the V10's camera captures a more accurate color. In fact, V10 manages to capture colors closest to the actual scene. The color of the national flag is best produced by the Honor V10, followed by the OnePlus 5T, and last comes the Galaxy A8 Plus. Now this photo brings forth the dynamic range captured by these phones. It is the ability to meet a faint light in a comparatively darker frame and still keep the details right. The Galaxy A8 Plus really messes up with the shadow areas and overexposes the brighter ones. The photo overall looks dull and grainy. In comparison, the Honor V10 captures a sharper photo. All the details appear sharp and clear despite the light variation, both at the edges and the shadow areas. And surprisingly this time around, the 5T appears to capture an even better shot. Though it is slightly greenish in color, the OnePlus 5T's shot has a more evenly lit scene with no hint of overprocessing or overexposure. Now let's take a look at this low light shot. The photo captured by the A8 Plus appears to have nice sharpness and overall production of colors, but the scene is better captured by the OnePlus 5T that has lower noise levels and better details. In comparison, the Galaxy A8 Plus has more noise, much less clarity and off-balanced colors. As expected, the V10 has the best shot. The noise control is amazing if you compare it to the OnePlus 5T, and the details are much cleaner. Here, the OnePlus 5T does have an advantage over the V10. It has a faster shutter and has better captured the video that was playing on the center scene. You'll notice that this area on the Honor V10 is slightly blurred, which shows that its shutter is not as fast as the OnePlus 5T in low light, and that could be its only demerit. Coming to the front camera, a simple low light shot is enough to make out the difference. The Galaxy A8 Plus does a good job here and captures great amount of details and good skin tones. Compared to the Honor V10, the details are much better, and that is visible from the overall scene, as the image taken by the A8 Plus looks more natural. But I really like the photo taken from the OnePlus 5T. My face has even exposure, it's neither bright nor dark, and the color of the shirt is more accurately captured if we compare it to the shot taken by the A8 Plus. So which of these three phones should you pick? While the OnePlus 5T and the Honor V10 are fast and fluid phones, the Galaxy A8 Plus gives you a very luxurious design which is also water resistant. And in terms of the overall value for money, the Honor V10 takes the crown. It is not only cheaper but as fast as the OnePlus 5T, has better cameras, and also gives you a display that has true colors. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these is your favorite phone. Also, if you have liked this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology like this. Thank you for watching.